Microsoft Fabric, which was released in 2023, is an integrated cloud-based analytics solution that makes it easier for enterprise users to move, store, and analyze data. Fabric is an end-to-end solution that brings together existing tools and also includes some new tools so that users have one single tool set to use when they're moving, storing, extracting, analyzing data. When you fire up Power BI, it's easy to know if you're working in Fabric. First, there'll be a Fabric logo that actually appears. Let me show you what that logo looks like. It's that logo that appeared briefly but is now at the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Looks sort of like a stylized F for Fabric. And that will appear as Power BI is loading. Beyond that, the Power BI icon in the lower left-hand corner has some other options. And that's new as well. We'll talk about that in a bit. But if you've previously worked in Power BI, everything that you had created in Power BI before Fabric is still here. Your workspaces, reports, dashboards, and data sets are right where you left them. But data sets are now called semantic models because the word data set means something else in Fabric. In Fabric, Power BI is used for all the same reasons you used Power BI without Fabric: for data analysis and visualization, and for creating reports and dashboards. Fabric has both direct and indirect benefits for Power BI users. If you use Power BI and Fabric, you can take advantage of the direct lake capability to directly access enterprise data. So you'll see performance improvements with large reports and complex dashboards. And when data scientists and engineers improve the data that you're using, for example, by adding new columns of data, you'll be able to use these new columns without needing to connect to a different data source or even reconnect to the data source you're already using. Data improvements made by others are available to you as a user downstream. This means there's a lot less need for moving and copying data. But if you have Power BI Premium, you also have access to other Fabric capabilities. As you expand your skills in Power BI, you might consider learning some of the other workloads because they're going to be right there in the bottom left corner of your screen. Fabric gives us a single environment shared by our data professionals and by the business, by end users. What that means is when data professionals make modifications to our data, these modifications are immediately available to us without a separate load event. The Fabric environment as a whole is optimized for different roles, so there are different ways that we access the data, but it's still one environment. This allows organizations to have centralized data governance and centralized security management. They set security once and don't have to set it again in Power BI, for example. This should provide end-to-end ease of use, which hopefully yields reduced costs and an increased competitive advantage for the enterprises that are using all of Fabric, including Power BI. Chapter focuses on how we get data so that we can analyze it and visualize it in Power BI. In the Power BI service, we can pick an existing semantic model, one that we've used previously or one that someone else has prepared for us. What used to be called data sets are now called semantic models in Power BI, but the labeling isn't consistent through the application. So when you hear or see the term data set in Power BI or in this course, think semantic model going forward. We can load an app that will contain a semantic model, but will also contain a report and may contain other things as well. We can paste or even manually enter data. Obviously, we wouldn't want to do that with a large set of data. And finally, we can upload a Power BI file called a PBIX file, which will include a report and some data, and we upload that into our workspace. All other data sources, including even Microsoft Excel, require us to use Power BI Desktop, which we'll be exploring at the end of the course.